So a jury has been told that the man accused of murdering 5-year-old April Jones had a sexual motive. Indecent images of children were found on the laptop of Mark Bridger, and traces of blood matching April's DNA were found in his home, along with what were believed to be charred bone fragments, according to the prosecution. But Bridger told police he knocked the girl down in a road accident and did not know what he'd done with the body. Our Home Affairs correspondent Andy Davis reports now from Mould Crown Court.
Hand in hand, they walked into court today. Coral and Paul Jones, parents of April, the 5-year-old girl whose body they still haven't found. Minutes later, head covered, the man charged with her abduction and murder. Mark Leonard Bridger, a 47-year-old who has children of his own, accused today of playing a cruel and manipulative game in feigning memory loss over the fate of April Jones. He sat in silence in the dock as the case against him was presented. At one point, the court was played a harrowing 999 call. It is of April's mother, Coral, pleading with the operator. "Please," she says, "my daughter's been kidnapped." Soon a friend has to take over, and in the distance, you can hear the faint voice of someone shouting, "Come home, somebody's kidnapped April. Just come home, please." April was happy and smiling that evening when she got into his Land Rover, according to a friend who was out playing with her. It was just after 7 o'clock in the evening on the 1st of October. April, the court heard, had been out on her bike on the Brynagorg estate in Machynlleth, where she lived. What happened next precisely, the prosecution cannot say, other than that he abducted her, murdered her, and then went to enormous lengths, they say, to try to cover it up. They found no body, no clothes, the court heard. But at Mark Bridger's house, forensic teams would discover traces of April's blood in the hallway, living room and kitchen. In the ashes from his fireplace, they would also, claim the prosecution, find bone fragments consistent with fragments belonging to a human skull. It is the prosecution case that Mark Bridger's motive for abducting April Jones was a sexual one. And there is evidence, they say, found on his laptop which lends support to that assertion. This afternoon, the jury was shown very distressing images of the sexual abuse of children. Images, it's claimed, Mark Bridger had saved on his laptop. He had images, the court heard, of child murder victims, including the Soham schoolgirls Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman. He'd also got photos, some taken from Facebook, of girls from the area, including April's teenage half-sisters. This was a man, said the prosecution, with an interest in child murder and rape cases. A man who, on the day of his arrest, amidst the frantic efforts to find April, appeared to act in a remarkably normal way, ready to lie, the jury was told. As the search parties were scouring the countryside around the town here, Mark Bridger was taken to Aberystwyth Police Station, 18 miles away, for questioning. And today, for the first time, we were given an outline of what he told the police happened that night. His account to the police, we were told, was that it was an accident, that he ran April over in his Land Rover, put her in his car to go for medical help, and then drove around Machynlleth with her dead or dying beside him. After that, through a combination of drink, adrenaline and or panic, the court heard he can't remember what happened. Yes, he can, said Elwyn Evans, QC, prosecuting.
He has played, we say, a cruel game in pretending not to know what he has done to her and with her. It is a game to try and save himself and to try and manipulate his way out of his full responsibility for what he has done.
If April's body had been found, she said, it would have told its own story, which isn't the defendant's story. Mark Bridger denies all the charges against him. Andy Davis, Channel 4 News, Mould Crown Court.